College Point is down the way I'm going. And I go to drag Jimmy Beaver out of bed to get it. If I smacked you with my Holy Cross ring, I took it out of the safe this morning. I used to roll the thing backwards like this and just right Guys that swear they had the image of Villanova. I actually chipped a stone one time, but you guys made sure I got it fixed, right, Lenny? You guys fixed my ring that day.
69.
Yep. The guys that coach, I threw my keys at you in the locker room because we lost a game that I didn't think we should lose. All those great memories. Took a beeper home when beeper was just started. And we're in a house right now, and the beeper's going off, and I don't know what it is. I'm checking the electric outlets all over the house. Right? This is word up. This is true. And I can't find. I don't know what it is. Finally, I go upstairs, and I'm searching. I think it's a radio. I don't know what it is. And all of a sudden, I realize it's a beeper that I had taken from a kid throwing in my gym bag and brought home with me. So I called back the number. And my kid, the Holy Cross kid, was booking the Knicks games that night with his people. Or if I threw your books out the window because I was so mad at you for not putting your name in the books. Because I always felt the parents spent their hard-earned money not to lose anything, so your name better be everything. And I just warned them, I'd say, make sure your name is in your books. Because I might be back, and if I come back and your name isn't in your books, it's going out the window. You would do it. Squirting the water into 103? That's probably, no, squirting the water is true, because there's a great hole right outside the window. Certain classrooms you couldn't see in as well as others. So you had to get a chair, maybe, to look in the reflection in the window, etc. And the hardest thing I ever had to do, though, was dismiss a kid from Holy Cross. Especially a kid who wanted to be here. I always felt that that was the toughest thing I ever had to do. And just one story about what the essence of a Holy Cross man is. Kind of guess it was probably Thanksgiving of 2007 or 2000, yeah, probably 2007, maybe 2008. And two of my favorite old-time College Point cronies decide to cut their last couple of classes of the day. And he's here tonight. I called him back, I caught him. I wasn't gonna leave until I caught him. I caught him and I brought him back in and I said, I was so mad at Joey and Casey that I wanted to kill them. And I said, I'll tell you what, if it wasn't that my mother was in the hospital, in Flushing Hospital right now, and very ill, I said, I'd bring you guys back in here on Thanksgiving morning. So they kind of looked at me like, I said, well, we'll finish this on Monday when we come back. I go to Flushing Hospital, there he is, Joey, right over there. I go to Flushing Hospital on Monday, on Thanksgiving morning, about 11, 12 o'clock to go see my mom, who's got dementia. And I walk in the door, and there's flowers by my mother. Flowers by my mother. This kid brought my mother flowers on Thanksgiving Day. And in my mind, that's the true essence of a Holy Cross man. You got in trouble, you did something wrong, but you bounced back, and you did the right thing. I never forget you for doing that. More importantly than all the funny stuff and everything else, if I might have helped you in some small way get through those difficult years when you're 14, 15, 16, 17, if I helped you in any way, it was totally my pleasure. But more importantly, I hope, even if I was crazy and tough, that I was fair. And I apologize to anyone who I did not treat with respect, justice, and charity amongst all the students. I have to give a special thanks to all of my friends who traveled from all over tonight to be here in the last couple of days. Joseph listed the names before where everybody traveled from. All my friends that came from Huntington. The fact that people surprised me by showing up, I mean from Virginia, and Dennis from Virginia Tech, and people, the brothers coming from Texas and all over, that they came here tonight. To all my relatives, my cousins, my in-laws, my outlaws, my ex-laws. See, you gotta understand something about my family. When my family takes the kids out for Halloween, Marilyn, what do we call it, Marilyn? The Verizon Network is walking down the street. Nobody has the crew that we have getting out there. And it's special tonight to Grandma Lil. Okay, the greatest mother-in-law, grandmother, mother, great-grandmother now, etc., 87 years old and is there every day with her grandchildren, doing what she loves to do. Graham, thanks for coming tonight. I appreciate it. The greatest part of my personal life is obviously my family. Joseph and Danielle. Danielle, I still say you're a saint. They just gave me a new, proud grandson, Anthony Joseph, 5 months ago. To Sarah and Paul, who have given me Peyton, Jackson, and Emmy Lou. Jackson today, I'm sitting here today, I go to Jackson's deck hockey game. He's not even 8 years old yet, playing deck hockey. He scores 2 goals. And I looked at my son-in-law and I said, this made my day. And knowing how good tonight was gonna be. That kid doing that. Okay, and looking at me when he came off the ice and going, Poppy, Poppy, nothing better. And of course, Laura and Matt, only married now 6 months. I remember when Laura came home from school, Laura went to that university in South Bend somewhere. I think they call it the University of Notre Dame or something. So she comes home in the middle of the senior year. She had internships for all these companies. And, she's 27 majors and all this other stuff. And she looks at me and she goes, I think I want to be a teacher. I said, what? My brother almost choked it that night. He said, the old man put you in through Notre Dame and now you're going to be a teacher? What, are you crazy? And she looked at me and she really had me. She said to me, Dad, it's been a great life for you, hasn't it? And I said, you're right, I couldn't argue, I couldn't say another word. I couldn't argue at all. And how fortunate I am that between all of my children and their spouses, we have 11 undergraduate and graduate degrees between them. We have more teachers in this family, Danielle, right, than you could ever possibly imagine. Right, Rach? We got teachers everywhere and everywhere. And they made it special. And I said to her, I said, yeah, but just remember, your father worked a number of jobs to put you through school. And I said, I don't think you want to be doing Oriental cuisine distribution. That was, when Coach Kerr first came out with that one years ago, somebody would say to him, do you have another job? Or, yes, I'm into Oriental cuisine. And the guy would say, what's that? He said, we deliver Chinese food. It was pretty funny. Some days you'd be yelling at a kid after school for something and looking to kill him. And then you'd be delivering food to his house for a dog. did that a couple of times, you know, for that. But, and then there is, of course, as Timmy mentioned, my son Matthew. So if this gets hard, bear with me, okay? 15 years ago, I don't think there's anybody in this place that doesn't know this, we lost Matthew. And people always said to me, how did you ever survive the loss of your 16-year-old son? And I always use the example of faith, family, and friends. And I'd say, without faith, and without family, and without friends, you don't survive these kind of things. And I'm certainly not the only one in this room who's gone through this loss like this. But I always felt that this place, this building, not the cinder block walls, but the people and the kids in this building were my second family. So unlike people who don't have any family, I've had two families. That when I came back here to school, I could look at a kid in his face and say to that kid, you look just like my kids. You're just like any one of my 4 children, in this way or that way, or one way or the other. And that's how I survived. And of course, my wife, Mary Ann, who now we will go on a cruise together. You know, it's not easy being married to me. She's laughing. All those years, all those hours, all those days and nights, she never called, she never bothered me with stuff that wasn't important. Because she knew halfway through the conversation I'd probably be screaming at some kid at the door for something, and I'd have to be, she'd say, okay, it's can't talk to you anymore now. She was there for the support I needed, whether I was coaching or I'd bring the slips home at night and call kids from the house to find out why they weren't in school or X, Y, Z, or what was going on in their lives. Sometimes she'd look at me and say, you really can't talk to that mother like that, can you? I'd say, well, she wanted me to, so that's why. She always said, I don't have to worry about my husband having a love affair with anybody because his love affair is with Holy Cross. So to you, man, thank you for your love, support, and most of all, your patience over all these years. Just 2 thoughts before I go. In 1993, Jimmy Volvano, who I first met at the, right, Danny? We first met Jimmy Volvano, right, Kevin? At the O'Mara Kerr camp, probably it was the year before Billy died, so it was 1978, I think. The great Jimmy Volvano, in 1993, a couple of weeks before he passed, at the ESPY Awards, which is now legendary, he said some basic things, which I want to leave you with tonight. Enjoy your life. Be enthusiastic every day. Get your emotions going to the point where you laugh and cry every day, and I certainly did a lot of that today. Keep your dreams alive, and don't ever get up. Don't ever give up. Don't ever give up. You know, there's a MasterCard commercial that I just saw recently again. I'm going to paraphrase it. French fries in a Holy Cross cafeteria, $1.50 probably. LeBron sneakers, probably 200 at least. Holy Cross tuition, 8,900 now. Lottery ticket, 1.5 billion. Going to Italy. But having all of you here tonight is priceless. Thank you, God bless.
Okay, we're gonna have some dessert. Please fill out your memory papers on your table. We'll have some dessert, and there's an after party at Bourbon Street on Bell Boulevard for everybody who's interested. Thank you very much.